In this video, I will show you how to embroider this lovely girl with thick brown hair, a woven rose sweater, and standing in a flower field. I hope you enjoy this design and tutorial. First, I used a 1-inch white lace ribbon to create the bottom of her skirt. Stitch the ribbon to the fabric, fold to create the skirt pleats, stitch again, and repeat until the entire bottom section is covered. Then I used a larger white lace ribbon to cover the upper portion of the skirt above the bottom ribbon. For the sweater, I begin with 3 strands of floss 761, stitching parallel straight stitches along the body and sleeves. Then, using 12 strands of the same floss, I create raised chain stitches, starting from the center and working outwards. Then I use 6 strands of 761 to make cast-on stitches to form ruffles along the hem and sleeve edges. To add the roses, I stitch 3 straight stitches meeting at one point using 3 strands of 761 to form the anchor for the woven wheel stitch. Then, using 6 strands of 761 combined with 6 strands of 818, I weave around the anchor stitches to create raised roses across the sweater. I place these woven roses sporadically on the body and sleeves. Using the same floss combination, I add colonial knots between the larger roses to create smaller roses. For the hair, I combined 6 strands of floss 433 and 6 strands of 898. I create large, loose loops to form thick hair that reaches the upper back. With 1 strand of either brown floss, I secure the loops by stitching over them to hold them in place. Repeat this process until the head is full, leaving the loops uncut to create a fuller, wavy effect. Next, I stitch a long straight stitch with 3 strands of 761 across the crown of the head to mark the flower crown placement. I create woven wheeled roses and colonial knot roses along the crown. For the leaves, I use 3 strands of floss 3347 and satin stitches. Then, using 3 strands of 3865, I add French knots to create small accent flowers. I also add leaves to the sweater roses using the same 3347 floss. For the hands, I outline them using 2 strands of black floss 310 with back stitches. Then I add fingernails with 3 strands of floss 3833 using satin stitches. To create the flower field, I begin the petals using 3 strands of floss 818 and 677 with satin stitches. For the yellow flowers greenery, I use 2 strands of 3347, split stitch for the stems, satin stitch for the leaves, and French knot for the pollen. For the pink flowers greenery, I repeat the same stitches using 3 strands of floss 477. And that completes this embroidery design. I hope you enjoy watching and recreating this project. Check the description below for the pattern and quick guide. Subscribe for more embroidery tutorials and follow me on social media for updates. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.